You want a property tour? Do they seriously want a property tour?
Well, we've had questions for a property tour.
Well, fine. You can have a property tour then.
All right, so we just showed you the garage a week or two ago.
Yeah, you don't need to see it again.
We did our rage purge, so, and there's really not really anything interesting about our garage, so.
Except that it's empty and has 2 cars in it.
Except that we can fit our cars in it, woohoo! All right, so we are gonna head over to the little barn to start. You can hold it if you
Oh, I'm good.
Okay. Tom needs coffee because it's actually really cold out. It's only 30,
very cold.
37 degrees.
Which in a couple
here.
months is gonna feel very warm.
Which will be like, we wish it, remember that day it was 37? So this is our little barn. This barn used to be a pig barn, and so that's why it has the little doors along the sides. Currently, we just use it for our chickens and our kitties.
And in the wintertime, we put all of our gardening stuff in here, like tillers and lawnmowers and four-wheelers and all that stuff. All that gets put in here in the wintertime.
And then the kids also use it to keep their bikes and
bikes and outside toys.
Stuff. All right, now let's head over. Should we go to the house?
Come on in.
Ah! Are there any birds in here?
No.
Okay. Let's just check quick.
There aren't. They can't get in.
So this building, it used to be a loafing shed. So when our big barn was used for dairy cattle, this was where the cows would be when they weren't milking them. So they would come out to this cow yard. We have no use for a loafing shed.
Nope, so last year?
Yep.
Yep, last year we turned this into a house. But we're planning on putting 2 bedrooms in here, a full bathroom, laundry, an office, a full kitchen, and a living room.
So we're gonna use it for offices, but ultimately the goal is for it to be finished off as a living quarters, so that if we had a family member that needed or wanted to live with us, that they could come live here too.
We set it up this way for a family member. It has in-floor heat in it, which we did everything ourselves. The only thing we did not do is pour the concrete. We had somebody else pour the concrete. Otherwise, literally everything we've done and myself.
So now it's to the point where hopefully this winter we'll be adding the electrical and then spray foam insulating it and then finishing it from there. So is it minimalist to have like a whole another house? Well,
yes.
If it was just gonna be offices, when we talked about this last time, that probably wouldn't be very minimalist, but our hope is that somebody could live here too. All right, well, let's show you the dairy barn now.
Okay.
Tom made these nice big doors, aren't they pretty? All right.
Well, speaking of bummers, here's our green Prius.
It looks horrible right now. What happened to the bumper?
It fell off when I pushed it off the trailer.
So what's funny is Tom pushed it off the trailer and then it rolled all the way back and hit this boat back here, right?
Yes, it did. Oh, it's gonna hit the boat. No, don't hit the boat.
All right, so welcome to a dairy barn.
Yep. This is the cab for a project trucks and tractors truck. Which
We'll show you it in the other shed.
Everything has a rhyme or reason and sentimental value, so we'll let you know. And this is a boat that I got for $500 because it had a blown engine. Dawn's parents conveniently had a junk boat, so I took the 2 boats, made 1 boat. And we're farmers and truck people, so we're not really boat people. So
Even though there's 10,000 lakes in Minnesota, we could be to a lake in like 10 minutes, but...
would anybody like a boat? 17-foot chaparral.
All right, let's keep going. All right, and so here's still some of the remnants of when it was used as a dairy barn. So what's kind of cool is some people asked, wait, Dawn, why is this your dream property? Because I had mentioned a few videos
That everything's
back.
very old.
Yeah, you're like, you know, like old barns, the house is just, you know, it's okay. So this farm is located between my parents' farm and my grandparents' farm. So we drove back and forth, my whole childhood. I drove back and forth by this farm, and I just always loved the little white house and the red barns. It was always kept up like meticulously, and it was way far off the road. And so it just always looked like this like iconic American farm to me. And The family that lived here before us had lived here since the 40s, and they just left a good legacy here. And so never in a million years would I have thought we would have the opportunity to purchase it. But if you would have asked me, like, hey, Dawn, you could live anywhere in the world, where would you want to live? I would have picked this exact farm. So,
and I had never been out here before. And when I came out here the first time to look at the property, I thought, like, I think I just completely overlooked how old everything was because of the potential, because of how far off the road it was, how clean the whole property was. It was a lot cleaner than it is right now, I'll tell you that. I have maybe made a mess.
Well,
we've made a lot of improvements too.
Yeah. So what's kind of cool, even like this dairy barn, my dad grew up on a dairy farm. They dairied until the year I was born, so into the early 80s. And so my dad actually remembers helping in this barn, because what they would do then is, like, if a family had a wedding, the kids that knew how to milk would go help out the other families. So if, like, these guys couldn't be here for a night, then my dad would come up and help, or if they needed help with something else, like, they would just, you know, pitch in and help each other out. So he remembers being in this barn and milking too.
Yeah, so he hadn't been up here for 20, 30 years when we bought this place. Yeah.
So it's kind of fun just to hear his stories too of being up here. So it's a farm I'd admired my whole life. Felt like a dream come true when we bought it. So we've been here for 3.5 years now, and what's nice is we do hope to, I hope to live here forever. So we have lots of dreams for it, but we know they'll take time, but it's okay because we plan to be here for a long time. So this is the barn. We just use it for storage.
So what I've always envisioned for this barn, because we're not homesteaders and because I'm a car guy, I always envisioned it would be cool to take the hay mound out of here, push it up 14 feet, because the hay mound in this is ridiculous. Like, the size, the sheer height ceiling is just... So my ideal would be keep the barn structured, do in-floor heat concrete, do a 14-foot ceiling, do 1 or 2 garage doors on the end, but still make it look like a genuine barn and make it an auto shop. That would be... But I think I've looked at the structure of this building a lot, and I would have to hire an architectural engineer, because otherwise I would be afraid of it just going...
Yeah, like tipping over or something. Yeah. So we won't ever have cows in here, probably, but just horses, right, Tom?
Yeah, just a bunch of like
just a few ponies,
like 30 or 40 horses.
Yeah, we're not sure what we're gonna do with this car.
Anybody want a green Prius?
All right, we'll show you our big shed, Tom's shed. I don't claim any part of it. All right, so what are the dimensions of this man shed?
This is a 40 by 80 pole shed with 12-foot sidewalls, which is awesome. When we moved in here, there was not a thing in this shed, and my mind started glowing. Like, Dawn's full, her heart was happy with the porch. When we bought this property, I walked in here, my heart was very happy.
So we got some construction remnants here.
So I have to clean all of this up by winter. This is just where I throw stuff for during construction to keep it inside. This is kind of what I've done there. We got lawnmower, kids 4-wheeler, big 4-wheeler, skid loader, tractors. Hey, the boat's back.
Yep, the boat is back for the winter.
Boat came back.
It's out of the house and in here. So for all of you who were like, oh, poor Tom, he's losing a 7 by 8 office on the porch.
Just have a basement office that gets all wet and it's Dawn. Can't seem to help but notice you seem to get whatever you want.
He gets his whole shed.
Oh, I don't. I don't though. You wait. I'll give you an updated view of what this actually, in a few months, I'll give you an Instagram post of what this shed looks like right before winter. It is stuffed to the door with tractors. The only way to get through is walking on tires.
But you get this corner over here. Oh, okay, so now we'll show you the project truck back here. Do like the Cliff Notes version.
Okay.
Remember, our viewers don't care about trucks.
Corbin, what is this truck called?
Beast.
The Beast?
Yeah.
This truck was Dawn's dad's. This was Dawn's dad's very first Super Duty, like really cool, big tires, jacked up truck. I bought it from them. It's eventually going to be really cool. But come here, my oldest son.
Is this your truck, Corbin?
Whose truck is this?
Ride.
Yes. This truck has been given to Corbin when he was 4. So how old are you now?
6.
6.
And this winter, it's gonna come alive.
This winter, it's all going to become one color, and it's going to run again, right?
All right, we're holding you to it. All right, let's head back out. All right, and then what is this stack of logs, Tom?
Well, the stack of logs is all the trees that I cut down this year or fell down.
Yeah, storm damage.
And our oak tree that fell down, and then the lighter color ones are maple trees that either fell down on their own and I had to cut up, or I dropped a few because I'm changing out some of the grading around our other building.
Yep. So these we're gonna try and sell because we're not burning wood, right?
Do you want to show the remnants of a Trucks and Tractors video that has not been published yet because of
we'll talk about that later.
Legal issues?
We had to come inside because it was getting cold outside. The other things we didn't mention is we have about 30 acres. So the front about 8-ish acres, we run in hay. Normally we try to not have to wrap our hay bales, but it's been so wet this summer. You need about, after you cut it, you like to have like 3 hot sunny days for it to dry out, and you can bale it the normal way and they won't mold or get gross.
Yep.
We have not had that this year. And then the back 20 acres, so my family runs in with their field that's next to it.
So it'll be corn or beans every other year.
Yep, so they just do cash crops on it, and that's our plan for the foreseeable future. The other thing we really like about why I would say this is kind of like our dream property, it's a mile down the road from my parents' house, but we're also in a pretty good proximity to the Twin Cities, so we feel like we kind of get the best of both worlds, that we get to live in the country, but then we could be to the airport in 25 minutes. So it has been fun over the last couple years now, just making the house our own. Doing the changes to the front and the kitchen. And what's the plan for this winter?
This winter we will be flipping the staircase. So the staircase currently, how it runs now, we're gonna flip it 180 degrees, the basement steps and the upstairs steps, and then we're gonna split the upstairs into 2 bedrooms. So we're gonna flip it 180 so you walk up the steps and end up in the center of the upstairs, and then there'll be a bedroom each direction.
Then we'll be set. We'll be good for a while then. So those are our plans for our property. We'd love to know, like, what dreams or what plans do you have for your property, or what would be like your dream property. Like I said, I never would imagine we would be living here right now. So we do have faith that dreams can come true, even if it seems completely illogical or impossible right now. So we would love to know what your dreams are, or what your hopes and plans are for your house. That would be fun to hear, so leave that down below. Also, this past week, Tom put out a video on his channel where my brother made his debut, and it was actually really interesting. He was talking about how you know when the moisture level is right in the crops to be able to harvest them. So I will link to that video down below.
Oh, and actually, I'm getting ready to release a farming video that, so Dawn's parents have maybe like a 20-acre chunk of field that right now it's currently surrounded by water and we can't get to it. So it's kind of interesting how Dawn's dad came up with a solution for us to get the combine back there.
Yep, so that will be on Tom's channel too. Thank you for checking out his channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you, even our female friends, for watching.
Yes, actually, since the comment I made about the ratio of male to women, thank you, women. It has increased to 98% women, 2% men.
We'll show Tom, huh? Yeah, girl power.
I appreciate it still, whatever works.
Well, and like some friends said, like a lot of guys and kids watch through their wives' accounts.
No,
so
I'm
sure that's what's happening.
I just started laughing. I waited like 2-3 days and I checked the analytics and I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yep, but thank you so much. It's been really fun for us to get to kind of share some of the farming and the other stuff we do on the side. So that's been fun too. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. A thumbs up is always appreciated, and we'll look forward to visiting with you again really soon.
Bye.